So good morning, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. It's brisk, it's cold, but happy Saturday. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Alright, let's see if that'll work. So my camera's gonna be kind of shaky. I have it hooked up to the glass or whatever. But I needed to have a story time with you guys. It's been on my heart for, I really couldn't sleep last night. Oh, by the way, I'm on my way to get my eyebrows done. I hope I got that. Okay. Hopefully I got it. Sorry. So last night, my sister-in-law decided to have a ceremony for her and her fiance. They got married yesterday, and they chose the Metropolitan on the 9. I think that's the name of that particular hotel. And the experience at this so-called high class, you guys, I'm super disappointed. So they checked in at 4. The ceremony was at 6. We got there at a little after 5:30. I had to do her lashes. I was gonna touch up her hair, but we didn't get there in enough time. So I only had enough time just to do her lashes. And I put this really cute, she got this headband thing that was really cute. And I had time enough to put that on. So we went out into the hallway because it wasn't enough room for everyone to be comfortable in the room. So we just stepped out in the hallway and we started the ceremony. Less than 5 minutes into the ceremony, some big burly backwood trailer trash security guard came up, and we thought that he was trying to, walk through. Now, mind you, the ceremony was only 15 minutes, if that long. And he states, you guys can't be out here, and there's only max is 6 to a room. And when they called to get the reservation for the room, they explained what was going to be happening. They were getting married at this hotel. He came up there with no remorse. It's I can't say a ton, but it was maybe 10, 15. Well, you know what? If I subtract the kids, because we all had our kids. If you subtract the kids, it might have been 7 adults total. 7 total adults, if you take away the kids. And he came, and everyone is of color, African American, and they send the big old white guy up there, and he's just rude. There was no class about it, but trailer trash don't have class. And I know I'm gonna get some backlash for that, but with me for it, because unless you were there, you would understand what part of the trailer trash. And I'm not saying everybody that lives in trailers are trash. He is prime definition of trailer trash. So he came up with no kind of remorse, and I believe it was because he was white, and he came up to African American, a group of African Americans. Nobody gave him any. I mean, we hassled him because it was we only need 5 more minutes, 5 minutes, and then we were all leaving anyways to go out to eat to celebrate the matrimony. And in the time of the banter of back and forth, can we just get 5 minutes? He's like, no, it can't happen. It won't happen. And I'm just like, that is so unprofessional on so many levels. I mean, you look unprofessional. You look like you got your clothes out the laundry hamper. Everything is, he was like maybe 300 pounds and the clothes were baggy. He didn't look like he belonged in that setting. His hair wasn't combed. His facial hair wasn't groomed. Nothing about him looked as if he should have been at this 2-star rating hotel. And I only read 4 reviews on this particular hotel, and it averaged to a 2-star. Now, mind you, the majority of people that you see coming into the hotel are whites. So him coming upstairs being so aggressive just didn't make sense to me, because no one was arguing with them. Everybody, just like, come on, just give us 5. You can't understand what's going on. 5 minutes. So he said, I'm going downstairs. I'm just going to give a number because I don't remember the exact time. He said, I'm going down. It was 6:20. He said, I'll be back up at 6:25. This motherfucker never went downstairs, because if he had went downstairs, 5 minutes, the ceremony would have been over and we all would have been leaving. End of it. This motherfucker stood outside the hotel room as we were gathering our belongings to leave. And let me back up just a little bit. I asked him, I said, you all need to compensate me for the valet parking, because we valet parked, and that was $20. And he looked me dead in my face. We're not doing that. And I'm like, oh, you gonna do something? You're nobody. You already said you're security. So I don't even want to talk to you. So we ended up and another reason why I wanted to make this video is because in that moment, it could have broken the spirits of my sister-in-law and her now husband. It could have broke the spirits, and they did not let it break the spirit of them bonding and becoming one last night. And I'm like, I applaud them for that so much, because I'd have been like, I want my money back, and we're gonna have to get married on a later date somewhere else. So we ended up having to go outside, and they finished the ceremony outside the hotel. Right next to the hotel is Heinen's, and I didn't know that was I've never seen this hotel ever. I've never heard of it. Anything. If you type in hotel, that's not one of the ones that pop up. So we ended up finishing the ceremony outside, and I was recording. And when I went back and watched the recording of the last part of the ceremony, they called the cops. The cop walked up behind everyone, acting like he was looking for something. When the cop realized that they were getting married, he turned and walked away. So we ended up finishing the ceremony. We went back in and I said, we need to speak to a manager, because they need to compensate everyone for the valet parking, because they messed it up. Upon speaking to, this is an African American person that they just plopped there to have face value, because he was unprofessional. He did not he did not want to deal with black people. He's one of those black people that his skin tone is black, but he does not associate with black people. The young lady that did the ceremony, that bonded the two together, was white. I'm standing in the back observing everything as my sister-in-law is speaking to the manager. the manager. So she is speaking completely calm, nothing. And this dude he keep getting hyped for no reason. Like, no reason whatsoever. So I'm sitting back and I'm listening. And, she missed a few points. And then I said it out. Then I brought those points forward. And then the lady that was white spoke. And he treated her with the most respect, like she was a millionaire. But then treating the ones that are actually speaking to him, the one that actually paid for the room, treating them like trash. So my wife was like, just yeah. I said, okay, I'm just gonna walk away. So when I walked away and I stood in the corner where my mother-in-law was, I happened to notice that they started sending more African-American people out on the floor, like they were getting ready to throw everyone out. Like they were all posted strategically as if they were just going to swoop everybody right out the front door. And I said, this makes absolutely no sense. You don't even hear them talking to them. You hear the manager, but you don't hear them talking to the manager. So all this extra, there was this one that came out. He probably was the head of security because of the way he was built. And he had this cocky attitude like, I'm the shit and you're not. You're definitely not. You want another one that they just have here at face value. You guys are the help. You should have seen the people that were coming in and out. You could tell that they had some type of money because they were dressed in ball gowns. Like, they're not pushing the white people from congregating by the tree. They had this little area that looked like a backdrop where you could sit and have a conversation. They weren't removing those people, from taking pictures or anything, or even congregating. Because if you went upstairs, we were just not. It looked like we were standing in the hallway congregating. And to backtrack, the security guard said that the space that we were standing in the hallway needed to be rented, and we did not rent that space, so we could not stand there. The manager said, to fast forward back, the manager said that they don't rent spaces. I said, so is it that you don't rent spaces, or is it the space wasn't that we just couldn't stand in the space? Which is it? And then because the question was phrased the way that it was, he had an attitude. I mean, his attitude just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. So, long story short, I do not recommend anyone of any color to give their business to Metropolitan on the 9. It is a very bad hotel. I mean, I only was able to read a couple reviews, but in those couple reviews, the common denominator was a 2. So you're not even that good of a hotel to be even escorting people or telling people they can't use this space. Now, people feel like that someone went and told. I don't. Because when the security guard came up, they was like, can you just go back downstairs, and then by the time you come back up, we'll be done. He said, no, because my manager is watching me on the cameras. So somebody was already watching the cameras. Y'all sent all of us up to the room. The person at the front desk sent us all, because it was 5 of us went up at the same time because we got to the hotel at the same time. So later on at the restaurant, my sister-in-law says, well, the manager sent everybody up because he knew what was going on, but they didn't think to tell their security team. Or did y'all set it up like that so that could happen? So that you guys could prove to the upper echelon of people that that's not tolerated in your hotel. Because today things are set up to be done a certain way so that things look a certain way. None of us was dressed like we should not have been there. We were all dressed really nice. It wasn't trashy. The security guard was dressed trashy. Now that's what you consider trash. The manager, the first manager, that is what I consider trash, because he didn't look like he just threw on some clothes. He threw on a jacket over a grungy t-shirt. That's what he had on. And the jacket that he threw on didn't match anything else that he had on. So you guys are looking at us with your nose in the air when it should be vice versa. But we're not passing judgment on any of you all. I mean, I'm passing judgment now because in hindsight, it's just like, really, that's what you all are doing? And look at what you guys look like. And you guys are talking about this is a 5-star hotel. I don't see it. I don't see it. Metropolitan on the 9 should not even be getting this time, but I wanted to put it out there in case you decide to go there. You're not going to have the best experience. I don't even care if it was only 4 of us in the room. They would have come up and knocked on the door and said, hey, there's too many of y'all in the room. It can only be 2 people in the room when the max capacity was 4. The security guard said you could possibly have 6 in there. Which is it? Are you going to stick to what you can do, or are you going to set these rules up for me so that I can't do you can't make rules up as you go, pretty much, stumbling. And it's so annoying. I've never really witnessed racism because my mom is white. Well, when you sum it up, my mom is white and my sperm donor is black. I never seen racism until I became an adult. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, yeah, right. I am dead serious. Like, I've never witnessed racism until I became an adult. And I can't say it's towards me. It's just, I've never seen it. I knew that it existed, but just never was so, it never seemed so apparent to me. And it's just crazy, you know, how big racism is. It's just like ridiculous. So that's my little story time. I apologize if I offended anybody, but it's just what I saw. If you were there, you would have the same opinion of what I saw. So, I mean, go in. I'm already prepared for it. So, that is it. I made it to my appointment, and I'm actually 3 minutes late, and I'm never late. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please share, because the Metropolitan on the 9 needs to hear this. And if I could figure out how to add them on YouTube so that they can see this review on that hotel, I would. So until next time, today I'm probably going to be doing another video. I have to go to the professional hair store / nail store, and I'm going to take you guys along with me so you guys can see some of the stuff that's in there after I leave my eyebrow appointment. So like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you guys can see my latest uploads. And until next time, peace out. I don't know what the hell that is. It's gotta be from her car.